This is Shauna from the Jeffco DeAngelis Foundation, and today I'm really excited to be here with you to introduce Officer Rendon, who's one of our school resource officers here in Jeffco. So I know she is one of the favorites in our district. So I get to have my own coffee with a cop. And Officer Rendon, would you tell us what it's like being a school resource officer? And I know Jeff and John have told me for years the different kind of person it takes to be a school resource officer, because you always take care of our most precious resource, our kids.
I agree 100%. Our kiddos are our future. So I recently stepped into the SRO position here in Edgewater last year, the end of last year. When I initially applied with Edgewater, that was one of my goals, was to become an SRO officer. And so when the opportunity arose, I was like, absolutely. So one of my favorite things about working with kids is that we have an opportunity to guide them and mentor them. And with our kiddos being our future, I think having that opportunity gives them a head start in life, and it creates a foundation, like a strong foundation for our future. I think so. Before I was an officer here in Edgewater, I was at Red Rocks Community College. So I was able to work with college students who were trying to figure out what they wanted to do with their lives. You know, who did they want to become when they grew up? And I loved being able to help guide them and help them figure out, you know, what they're passionate about in life, because I love what I do. I've been an officer for 8 years now, almost 8 years. And, you know, people ask me, you know, is there anything else you want to do in life? And I've really thought hard about it. I'm like, you know, what else could I do? And there's tons of things that I could do. But I think what it comes down to is, what are you passionate about? And so that's a question I always ask my kids is, you know, who do you want to be when you grow up? Like, where do you see yourself, you know, in 1 year, in 5 years, you know, when you're an adult? Like, what strengths do you have? And I think that those are important questions to ask our youth, because, you know, as I have 3 schools here, so I have 2 elementary schools, and then I have Jefferson, which is a junior senior school. So we have middle schoolers, we have high schoolers, and obviously they're all on different levels. But, you know, I remember being in 8th grade. I remember being in 9th grade, and I remember you're trying to find your place in the world. And that can be really, really scary and confusing. And you're trying to learn who you are and figure out the direction you're going to go. And you have all these influences and, you know, different cliques and different friend groups. And so it can be really scary. And so for me as an SRO, one of my favorite things is to walk around the school and get to know our kids and get to know them in a different light, outside of a police officer. I like to show them that I'm a person too, just like they are. I have similar struggles. I've had similar struggles. I can relate to a lot of my kiddos here. And I think that that's powerful in itself, because I'm able to understand them, and in ways that other people may not be able to. So I love my job. I get to hang out with kiddos all day. I get to play basketball with some of them. I get to join in cooking classes with some of them. We have a really cool auto body and mechanic shop here. I pop in over there, and the kids teach me, you know, how to do things and what they're working on. And it's just really fun. You know, they teach me something new every day from their perspective and from their world. And I love that. I think that's so exciting and so fun to see that they're passionate and excited about life and knowledge. And so I don't know, it's being an SRO is really fun. It definitely has its challenges. You know, I'm perceived as this police officer, and a lot of times, you know, police officers, you don't talk to them, you don't communicate with them, you don't engage with them. But I get an opportunity to show these kids that I'm not just a police officer, and that, you know, like, they are the reason that I'm here, because I want to help them, because I want to guide them, because I want to mentor them. And so I think turning that page from cops are bad, you can't talk to cops, if you talk to the cops, you're going to be perceived as a snitch. It's it's fun to watch the kids come up to me and engage with me and tell me about their day. Hey, guess what I did this weekend? Or just yesterday, we were in like a whirlwind of just a whole bunch of, middle school and high school stuff. um, and I my job, I go from conduct issues here at school, helping our campus supervisors with conduct issues, right? Kids who are out of control or screaming or super emotional, right? To actually enforcing the law, right? And so there's that line between it. But yesterday I got to deal with a conduct issue, a student who was losing control. She was being really disrespectful, and I just kind of pulled her in and we had a really good conversation. And I loved that. And then I went from her to another student who was having like a meltdown. She was like, I'm losing it. I just need to talk to someone. Do you have a minute? And so just having my door open for kids who need somebody to talk to. And so we had a really good constructive conversation, and she left with a smile versus her sad face that she came into my office with. And so I really I love these kiddos, and I love working with them and teaching them and guiding them. I love that they feel comfortable coming to me and talking to me, because I think with kids, that's half the challenge, right? Just getting them to trust you and getting them to talk to you. And so, no, it's been a really fun journey. I still have a lot of work, stepping into this role. I see some areas where we can improve. In law enforcement, like there's not enough resources for our kids. And so currently I'm working on creating a teen court here in our city of Edgewater. And it's an opportunity for kids who want to volunteer. So kids who are interested in criminal justice, or interested in becoming judges or lawyers, or, it's also an opportunity for kids who made a bad choice, but we don't want that choice to define them. And so we want to give them another opportunity to learn from and grow from that choice, without it being punitive. And then we also are doing referrals. So for conduct issues, like we have a lot of truancy here. And so just giving them a different alternative option, or, it's not really a consequence, but it's just an alternative option to offer them a different perspective on life, right? To give them more tools for their tool belt, to open their eyes to maybe an opportunity that they didn't know existed, because their world is only, what they live, what they see, what they know every single day. So just really opening up their perspective and opportunities. So I'm loving it. I love that I get the opportunity to create programs for them. I love that I get to engage with them. I love that I get to just hang out with them and just talk to them.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that is wonderful. You are doing some incredible things as a mother. So I'm so grateful to you. So knowing how much you care and love our kids. So thank you for that. Thank you for the work you do. We are so incredibly grateful for your time and your service. And I remember, in the email when we were setting this up to work together, the one thing you said, you wanted to do anything you could to make the world a better place. And I think you have just shown exactly who you are, and why you are such a good value to our schools. So thank you for everything. We are so grateful to you, Officer Rendon. So kudos, keep it up. We absolutely love what you do. Thank you so much.